Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Gemma, and today I have some sad news. The Booky Bank is dead. It's just dead. This whole reading more than I own thing, it's not really working out for me. I mean, they're all red in there, and let's be honest, I've just bought loads of books. So we're not doing the Booky Bank anymore. We are going back to normal hauls. So yeah, apologies if you were enjoying that, because I just can't manage it. so I have a haul for you. So let's go through the books, the big pile of books that I have here to talk about. So I'm going to start with a few books that I have been gifted. The first one, which I've had for a while, and I don't know why it hasn't come up before now, I think it probably should have, is a book that the lovely Alice and the Giant Bookshelf sent me, and that is Audre Lorde, The Master's Tools Will Never Dismantle the Master's House, which is one of these little penguin modern doobies. I have read a couple of these before, and I think I've got another one or two on my shelf. So yes, this is non-fiction. I think it's just some essays from Audre Lorde, possibly. Yes, essays from Audre Lorde on the power of women, poetry and anger. So yeah, I am looking forward to at some point getting to that one. Then my colleague at work also gave me some books. He gave me Peter May's The House. I have read another Peter May. I can't quite remember. It was about bees. So yeah, this is set in Scotland around a murder. I don't really know too much more than that. These are sort of like thrillery, crimey thrillery books, all of these. So yeah, I will discover more when I get into it. But I just quite enjoy the last Peter May that I read. So we will see. It's quite big. It's like 500 pages. But yes, so cheers, Bruce. And then he gave me 2 Ian Rankin books. So we've got Strip Jack and In a House of Lies. I don't know if these are... this is a John Rebus. I don't know. This one might be standalone. I don't know too much about these. I don't often read sort of crimey stuff, so I'll probably have to have a chat with Alice so that she can tell me where I need to start with those, because I think she has read Ian Rankin before. Then you may have seen the review that I did for Scandal and the Unicorn Thief, and within that I showed some footage of an event that me and Sam, my eldest son, went to in London, where we met A.F. Steadman, the author of Scandal and the Unicorn Thief, and there was also Aisling Fowler at that event as well. So when we were in London, we did also buy Aisling Fowler's book, which is Fireborn. She was actually there promoting the second book in this series, but I couldn't resist. Plus, look at the sprayed edges on this baby. How beautiful is that? This is about a girl who goes into sort of an academy for training to fight monsters, and to do so she has to give up her name and then is referred to only as 12. It sounded really good from what Aisling Fowler was saying at the event, so I really do want to get to this one quite soon. And because that event was at Waterstones in Piccadilly, I couldn't just not buy anything, so I picked up Alone in Space by Tilly Walden. This is a graphic novel. If you've been here for a little while, you will know that I'm really into Tilly Walden. I really like her sort of style. This is a compilation of sort of her early short work, so I'm not sure how I'll get on with it, because short stories are not always my jam, but everything I've read by Tilly Walden I've got out from the library and really enjoyed, so I kind of just wanted to buy something to support her as an author, and this is one that I haven't read, so now I'm going to read it. Then I've got a few books that I picked up at a charity shop quite recently. I went in and I got all 3 of these for £1, so bargain, right? And the first one I picked up was Human Traces by Sebastian Faulks. The only other book that I have read by Faulks is Birdsong, and I really enjoyed it, so I do want to try some more of his work. And this kicks off in the 1870s, and we have 2 boys. They grow up to become psychologists, and it's about sort of their journey from sort of lunatic asylums in Europe across Africa, and how their perceptions of sort of mental illness change, and then we go into the First World War and see how things change again. So it sounds really interesting. I don't think I've read anything around that before, so yeah, looking forward to getting to that one. Then I picked up Home by Marilyn Robinson. This is a pretty famous book. It's about a son who returns home after 20 years. He hasn't been living his best life, I don't think. I think he's got problems with alcohol, and then it's sort of about his relationship with his mother and father, I think. So yeah, really keen to see what I make of that one. And I also picked up A Net for Small Fishes by Lucy Jago, and this follows two women in the British court in London, one of whom is sort of rich and powerful but desperately unhappy. The other is very witty and talented, but is on the edge of destitution and poverty. And it's about the relationship that these two women strike up amid all of the turmoil going on in their lives. So it sounds really interesting. I did see quite a lot of this when it first was released, and I saw it for 30p in the charity shop and couldn't resist. So we shall see. A nice little historical fiction for me there. Oh, and back to gifts, because I forgot these two, but the lovely Ange at Ange's Book Chatter sent me a couple of books for my birthday, and she sent me Peter Pan by L.M. Barry in this beautiful Penguin English Library collection. I love these covers. So I do know the story of Peter Pan from the Disney film, but I've never read the book, so I am really looking forward to going to that. I feel like you probably don't need a synopsis. The boy who never grew up. Yeah. And she also got me North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, again in this beautiful edition. And I have not read any Elizabeth Gaskell to date, so all I really know about this is that it sort of looks at the Victorian era, but looking at sort of like the poverty and more, I guess this is the divide between those that live like in the north, in the more industrial areas, and those that live in the south. I don't know, but everybody loves this book. So I'm really excited to have it on my shelf, ready to give it a go. I'd really like to try and get to it in Victober, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Then this is definitely a BookTube made me do it book. I saw the lovely Sandy at Miss Reads a Lot talk about this a little while ago, and I just couldn't resist picking it up. And that is A Fine Balance by Rohinton Mistry. And this is set in India in the 1970s, and I think it follows four people, and we sort of see how their lives become intertwined. I've heard that it's completely and utterly heartbreaking, super fast paced, which for a book of this size is a good thing, I think. Yeah, it's just over 600 pages, so I cannot wait to get to it. And I actually really love this cover. So yeah, looking forward to getting to that one, because I feel like a lot of people on BookTube have read this year. So yeah. Then, sucked into the Book International hype, I picked up Stillborn by Guadalupe Nettel and translated by Rosalind Harvey. This follows two women who have different opinions on motherhood, and what I think one does want to have children and one doesn't, and we sort of see their interaction and what happens, and I think it's pretty heartbreaking. So yeah, really looking forward to getting to that one. And then finally, a book that I picked up just yesterday, mainly because I was drunk. I went to a gin festival with my brother and my dad, and we came out of said gin festival and Waterstones was still open and literally just across the road. So we bobbed in, and this happened. So I picked up True Biz by Sara Novic. This has had quite a lot of hype, and I have had my eye on this for a while, and this is about a deaf school. I don't know too much more than that, but I think it just follows the people that are in this deaf school, and sort of gives an insight into what it is like to be deaf. And I have heard, I haven't checked actually, but I have heard, yeah, each chapter has like a sign at the top. So yeah, I'm really interested to see the perspective that this brings, because I don't know anyone personally who's deaf, and yeah, I just feel like it's a topic that I'm weak on. So really looking forward to getting to this one. And that's it. That's all the books I've hauled recently since my last Booky Bank. So yeah, I would just do periodic hauls again, because I just can't. It's also quite a lot of work to like work out what I've read, what I haven't read, and then I'm always behind. So anyway, Anyway, that's waffle. If you are interested in seeing the footage from the Scandal and the Unicorn Thief trip to London with Sam, I'll leave that video here, and I will see you very soon with another one. Bye, guys.